Warning! This podcast contains spoilers. You have been warned.
Why, hello there!
Oh.
Welcome to the first episode of UkTaku podcast. Today, I am Jamie, and I am joined by Loren, Louis,
Josh.
shut up.
And, twat.
There will be swearing apparently.
Give me the head.
Yes, there will.
So, today's episode is about Future Diary, but before we get on to that,
We'll talk about Future Diaries and what you think.
let's talk about what we've watched this week. One show each. Dan, would you like to start? What have you watched this week?
I watched the UkTaku teacher.
Moving on, Josh.
What is that? What is that, Dan?
It's like this teacher who's addicted to anime and manga, and he teaches his students in exactly the same way as he'd want to.
I wonder who that portrays in the future.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He teaches science. I'm not that good at science.
Moving
I'm
on,
good at anything.
Josh.
I'm good at DxD.
I'm currently watching Seraph of the End. It's pretty much Attack on Titan, but with vampires instead of titans. And it's
I don't know. I wouldn't call it just Attack on Titan. I mean, it's got.
I don't know, we didn't ask you your opinion.
It's got more people to deal with it.
There we go.
Yeah.
I've been watching Blood Sea.
Oh.
It's just about people killing people.
Right, okay.
Right.
Okay, then, that's a
very-
dark turn.
Pretty much
It's like
every anime.
weird things killing people,
So DxD
eating
then.
them.
Like hentai.
So Lauren, what have you been watching?
Plastic Memories, obviously.
Oh.
Beautiful love story.
Oh, them deals.
Between an android and a human.
It makes me cry.
And finally me, I've watched Tokyo Ghoul this week.
No one cares.
Right, so Josh has kicked off the show.
He's resident from the front desk.
He's no longer allowed to say words.
Well, Dan's only got 2 words this show. Do you know that?
Anyway, moving on.
2 words.
So guys, what are our anime recommendations for the week? I'll go first.
Apart from Future Diaries or not.
Well, I mean, we
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
right.
Let me just have a look. I recommend Steins Gate.
Oh.
It's just out of anything you've ever watched.
I recommend Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Hannah.
Hannah.
Ah, Beyond the Boundary.
Absolute duo.
Absolute duo.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Now on to the
Okay,
Future Diary
wait.
part of the show, Jamie.
Now on to the Future Diary part of the show. Welcome to a brief synopsis.
With Loren.
Jesus.
Yuki is a loner who spends most of his time writing a diary on his cell phone, or talking with his imaginary friend Deus Ex, the god of time and space. I know. And obviously Murmur, Deus is a servant. One day, Deus gives Yuki a special diary. Something about a game. Strangely, Yuki's new diary gives him the future.
Whoa, it's almost like that's the title of the show.
It predicts the future spanning up to the next 90 days. Entries about the future that come unevenly true.
Then, wait, you mean the future predictions are actually true?
How unpredictable!
Deus revealed to be the not-so-imaginary god of time and space,
Right.
then forces Yuki to participate in a battle royale with 11 other people, each of whom also have a diary that can predict the future in some unique way. The rules of this diary game are simple. The contestants must try and kill all other contestants, become the new god of time and space.
This is the Hunger Games but animated.
How unpredictable!
Something else.
Anyway, so before we get into spoilers, we will go through one by one and say our number out of 10 for the show. Dan, would you like
Decimal places.
up to 2 decimal places? Dan, would you like to go first?
I give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Okay.
7.01.
And would you recommend the show?
I'd recommend it to people who've already experienced some anime first, 'cause it's kind of...
So now that's quite interesting.
Wait your turn!
Let's expand on that, Lauren.
Josh!
I'd give it a 7.00.
Thank you, Josh.
I think it's...
We needed the
Well, he said... No, never mind. It's great for newcomers who want to experience the wild side of anime, so to speak.
Nobody say anything. Would you recommend it? I've already said that.
Two new people. Two
I probably already
newcomers.
said that.
Mm.
Louis.
For me, 7.5
7.5.
out of 10.
Oh,
Mine is
you.
so different.
Oh,
Lauren, how about you?
Well, would you recommend it?
Oh, would you recommend it? I'll edit that file.
yes. For people who like murder games.
Okay, fine.
Ah.
Lauren.
I would give it also a 7.5 recurring.
Gee.
And would you recommend it?
I would recommend it. I did quite enjoy it. Anyone who likes anything survivally.
Yeah, so I gave it a 4.5 out of 10.
Oh.
Why?
And
Why
let
so
the
drop?
crucifixion begin.
And
Yeah.
I would recommend it to people who are new because I see why some people would enjoy it.
Interest? Okay, that's a good balance review then.
That's agreeable.
Yeah, see?
And thus ends the spoiler-free portion.
Yeah.
Now for the
Yeah.
spoilers.
Now get out, kids.
Warning! This podcast contains spoilers. You have been warned.
Right, so to start out, should we start talking about the different diary users?
Yeah,
Yeah,
start
go
talking
ahead.
about the 12 different diary users.
Right, so first we've got, do you have his full name?
I have his full name. It is Yukiteru Yuki Amano.
Oh.
So I'm going to start. I thought he was dull and uninteresting.
Can I just say one thing?
No, shush.
Oh, please do.
Okay, anyway, so I thought he was dull and uninteresting, and he changes his character so quickly.
He does. He's an absolute dick to her. He does
On
everything
the
he
other
gets.
wiki
He
page. it has.
betrays her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think his diary is way too convenient.
Yeah.
Well, no, but isn't
But it
all their
doesn't-
diaries convenient?
He
to
can't
themselves?
see what
Yeah, but-
happens to him. He
But it's the
only
same as
sees
the
what
second
happens to
user.
him.
I
Well,
guess,
that's
but
his problem, but that's why he has to team up
That's
with
why he has
Yuki.
Yeah.
You know.
Because she has the whole...
Also,
that's it.
my
Yuki.
last thing on the guy is he's voiced by Armin,
Oh,
which is
from
really
Attack on
annoying.
Titan.
Well,
In
no,
the
to begin with, before the show actually starts getting into
The
what
depth
it is
of it.
properly, he's just kind of an isolated child.
Billy
He's
No
no, he's
Mates.
an idiot.
Billy No Mates.
Yuki is a 14-year-old middle school student, and he develops quite quickly into a stronger character.
Oh, I bet he
Oh.
develops at 14.
He really doesn't. Look, he doesn't develop.
He gets
One
bored.
episode he starts crying, and then the next he's got a gun.
And he's a
It is
badass.
not development. It's a flip of a coin.
And it's being forced into them.
Shit happens, mate. Deal with it.
It's just nobody does that. It's like Dan isn't gonna. Dan is not gonna come in someday and suddenly be a badass.
You never
No,
know.
but it's forced character development. It's not
Have you
his...
met Dan?
Lauren, it's not his choice.
He's not
It's
badass.
not his choice for character development. It's forced on him by all the surroundings he has
Yeah.
and his diary.
No, think about what happens to him.
All right, final thought.
He's in... Some
On
mad
Yuki.
girl follows him around, his mother gets shanked by Dada, and he has to make up with Dada.
If he accepted the girl, in the
That's
first
gonna be
place-
the name of this episode. Mama gets shanked by Dad. What did you say? What were you saying?
Oh, no.
Final thoughts on Yuki.
Yes.
Dan, did you
He
like
could be-
him or not?
No, not really. He could have been so much better if he'd been... He had the balls to just do what he had to do.
Yeah, I
Josh.
thought he was good for the some of the comedic moments, but overall I did not like him. He was just too wimpy.
Josh? Not Josh. You're not Josh at all. You're
The other
Louis.
Josh.
You're Louis.
Oh, he should have just killed Juno earlier. Just.
Yeah,
what?
So, you so should have.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's a Stabaho.
No, but if he'd recognised him, then it wouldn't have gotten that far.
Pimp stabbed hoe.
But if Pimp stabbed Ho,
With huge instrument.
if Pimp stabbed Ho, then
Loren.
someone would die.
Thoughts?
I don't know, he's an interesting
No,
character.
he's not.
He's not interesting
That's
at
not
all.
what he is at all.
Okay, so,
And I thought he was rubbish.
Of course
He was dull.
Shush.
I went round, didn't I? I'm never giving Josh another chance. Alright, so second diary user.
Yuno Gasai.
That crazy
Oh.
Ho.
No.
Indeed.
Beyond.
Your daddy
That
child.
shy, girly, feminine, caring.
Shy?
Oh.
How is she shy?
Have you not
No,
watched
she's
the
a
first
little
few
bit.
episodes?
No, she isn't. She straight up jumps the guy.
Around you know.
fucking
Yuki's
mental.
and
Wrote that one myself.
Yeah.
Right, so I wrote, she's great and her parents are bitches. That's my first one.
Isn't she kind of a bit?
Yeah, but she's also great.
Where do you think she got it from?
Owner of the Yuki Diary.
If I'm honest,
The Stalker Diary. you
If I'm
mean.
honest,
Yeah.
Future Diary had two good characters and she's She got the 4 points on the point scale.
Where'd the other 0.5 come from then?
Well, 0.5.
We'll get to that when we get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there eventually.
Also, her plan is really shit though.
Yeah.
It's like she says she really loves him. And she says she'll do anything to be with him, but then she's already killed one version of him and is willing to kill another.
Yeah, no, but she killed the one version of him thinking that she could create the new universe and have the same one back.
Yeah.
She thought she could bring people back to life.
It wasn't until like the third universe
Yeah,
she got it right.
Yeah. Have you seen the ending?
She didn't.
She
No.
did not.
She got it partially right.
See, she didn't win.
Fine, the third version was better than the first.
So we'll get on to the ending later.
Yeah, we
Okay.
are.
Spoilers.
She has a morbid obsession of talking to her dead parents, which she locked up into a cage.
Correction, the second version of her dead parents.
Yeah.
Second version.
Does it matter they're locked
Yeah.
up in a cage and they're dead?
I think it definitely matters.
What, did her dad shanked her mum as well?
Her dad shanked. No, her mum locked her in that cage to begin with. I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, fair game.
She slapped a bitch.
She slapped a bitch up.
Slap that hole.
She's also a 14-year-old middle schooler. And some coincidence, she's in the same class as the other guys.
As our main character.
Yuki.
It's weird. I don't get why are those two like how was the selection process for this?
Love finds a way, Jamie.
No, I know. What
Based on IQ,
you know-
random coincidence.
No, in the very beginning, the original universe that we never get to see in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do both of them get chosen?
Oh, because he looks at his phone all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
and
she's
he's alone.
she just keeps stalking him.
Yeah. No, because
Oh, so does Deus Ex like go around finding everybody
Yeah.
who has things
it's
like
Yeah.
because
that?
it's because she was in a summer class with him and then she like
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
formed
and
stuff, and she got attached.
then the promise about getting married.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know all that.
It's like I'd say it's like another anime I watched, but I'm gonna leave that probably till the end.
Finds people with an obsession of something
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
creates their diary
Like-
based on
Like
that
the
obsession.
police guy.
Yeah.
He loves.
Yeah,
the-
okay.
He loves
Okay, that makes more
Yeah.
sense now. I probably should have read more into this.
My notes say she's fucking mental.
That is true.
True that.
Her insanity was probably brought on by her neglection by her parents.
And
Yeah.
the main guy.
Yeah.
Yuki brought that on a little bit as well.
But to be fair, in the final episode, I think she says something like, "You needed protecting, and I needed somebody to protect." Like,
Yeah.
something like, and she also said, "I would have fallen in love with anybody who let me
Yeah.
cling to them."
He
If
was
she-
a pillar of support.
Yeah.
for
She's
her, though.
crazy.
If
She's
she never
crazy.
met Yuki, then they wouldn't have fallen in love.
No, that's what happens when
Yeah.
when you see the
Like,
at the very end,
alternative universe.
the third universe. She's
Yeah.
like just hanging out. She's more obsessed with her family than she is anything
Yeah.
else because they
But
start
that's
like.
And then
That's when
she
she gets it
finds out
right.
the truth.
Because she can actually fall in love with him, not having like the morbid obsession and clinginess that she
Anyway.
has.
She's bipolar.
She's
Yeah.
winning.
No, one second, she's all girly and kind and loving.
Kawaii.
And then the next second, she's
Killing people.
shanking a hoe.
PMS.
Shanking a hang. Alright, so final thoughts on
Best character
Mad
by far.
bitch, but she needed support.
Okay.
Best character ever.
Best psychopathic character thing.
She had big hair.
Best part of the show. Alright, moving on to the third diary user. This is, do you have the full name? You can read it.
Tako Hiyama.
Who had the murder diary.
Oh, the teacher, yeah.
Oh,
He starts out as a teacher, yeah.
Yeah.
The teacher.
Spoiler.
He was a serial killer who was hunting down defenseless women and killing them with a large knife or a machete.
Is he
Knife,
the one
I'd say
who
knife.
died first?
Yeah, the guy on the
Right,
trench
the problem
coat.
with him is that he was great for explaining how all the diaries worked,
But he
was really forgettable.
Yeah.
Like, when I was looking through them today to, like, look at all the
I
different
forgot his
diaries.
existence.
I didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't
Side
really
note,
That,
know.
which is actually a really
He
big
is
problem with the
manipulative
show.
and sadist.
Did you guys watch the? Did you guys ever watch the ending to each episode, like when that little person appeared, and, like started giving them
No.
phones?
Oh, Murmur.
In one of them,
I hate
that
that.
murder guy had like 4 phones. He kept breaking them because like no evidence, and each time it was like he was trying to kill himself, and the guys keep going back and replacing. It was just so random.
Oh.
Well, I thought he was just forgettable.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
he was just there to get the
Explain.
games going.
Pretty much, yeah.
And bring Yuki into it.
Yeah, bring Yuki and Yuno together.
Fortunately,
Yeah.
And to sort of show off Yuki's dart throwing skills.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which, side note, why does he have darts? If he
Because
doesn't know,
he-
but if he doesn't know if he's in a survival game, why is he just carrying around darts?
Because
Oh,
why
'cause
not?
he's like a dart master or whatever.
Yeah.
But why does he carry it around with him?
Throw it
Why
at
does
the
he go to school with darts?
He kills him. Like, to kill him.
Pokemon Masters always carry around their Pokemon.
Yu-Gi-Oh Masters always have their
Yeah,
decks.
but when Pokemasters go outside, they can actually find
Wait,
Pokemon.
What about Yu-Gi-Oh
Did
cards?
his diary
Yu-Gi-Oh
tell
Masters always
him?
have their decks.
Wait, his diary didn't tell him to bring him.
No.
Did it? No.
Oh no, it told him about him getting the bullseye in like the first episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
But
it
that
did,
was
but,
clear.
but I think he just left them in his pocket.
Yeah, but the
I don't know.
diaries change depending on the situation that occurs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I like the dead end.
Didn't
Okay,
you know
so-
give him the dots or whatever?
Probably. Alright,
think so,
final
yeah.
thoughts, go.
I liked him, but he could have been better.
Keep in mind, Dan only watched this show yesterday.
I watched him one night just showing how bad I am at just not doing everything.
Josh.
again.
He was good as a plot device, but nothing more.
Definitely.
I don't really remember him.
Yeah.
We all haven't watched the show in so long.
Really? I can still remember it.
I watched
Yeah,
just
I
last night. It's
remember
fresh
it.
in my mind.
Yeah, I just remember it.
Dog's trying to get in. Carry
Stab a bitch.
on. He was really great for showing off Yuki's mad dart throwing skills. That's all I have to say.
True.
Moving on to the fourth diary holder.
Oh, this guy.
Kigo Kurusu.
With the investigation diary.
Ah.
Oh,
mad
Chief,
bastard.
chief
Guy.
of the police in
Wherever they were.
I'll find it. I'll put it down.
Japan.
Sakuruma City. There you go.
The biggest backstabber in history.
I thought, no,
Yeah, well-
I, unlike other people, he had a reason to.
Yeah.
You have a reason. You have to be absolute dick about it.
Well, no. See, his character changed because to begin with, he didn't want to.
He didn't want to kill anybody.
Yeah,
He,
No,
want,
he
he
didn't.
wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted to select the best person himself
he
to
did.
help them win. But then when he found out that his son
Was
was
dying.
dying, he wanted to win.
I know it was forced and everything, but he did just kind of absolutely change direction for a really wrong reason. Even though it was forced by Deus. And
No, but you could
Lil
see it was
Gal.
building up because he wasn't
Yeah.
he wasn't around for a while.
No, yeah.
He didn't appear to be helping them because like he found out his son
He
had
was
this thing,
scheming.
and then he probably milled it over for quite a while before he
Yeah.
decided I'm a stab a bitch.
Yeah, but it's the way how they forced him into it. It wasn't really his choice. It was forced by the god. It was forced by the god, the little helper.
Yeah.
She
See,
pushed it.
I did like it.
He isn't like he doesn't contribute to like any like scoring, but I quite liked him.
I liked
Yeah.
him. He
I
was
liked
good.
him as well.
He was a good one.
He was a character that was easy to understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had good motives in the end.
Okay.
Moving on to
Yeah,
the
we don't really need. Yeah.
fifth diary holder.
Fifth, the crazy person.
No, it's the terrorist.
No,
What
it's
do you
not.
mean in
That's
it?
where it's
That's
terrorist.
9. This is the.
Oh, is it?
God's sake, you just made me
I
sit for
haven't got
nothing.
9. I haven't got
Who
9.
was fifth then?
Okay, 5th is
Risu Hoju.
and she has the supervision diary.
Hypervision.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Is she
the
the one
blind.
with the scroll?
Yeah, the blind
Yes,
girl.
that's it.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
it's
I-
not.
No,
it is.
it's the priestess one.
No,
the
it's
one
the
behind
small
jail.
child.
It's the small child.
Yes, the
Oh,
small
I
child.
this guy, this little
I
bitch.
hate him.
Right, I've got a problem with this small child, right? So, Yuki, no, Yuno is from the original universe, right? She's
Yeah.
played through the survival game. She's killed everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
How does she not recognise this person?
She
I
did.
know.
No, she did. She
She
played
did.
it off though. She played it
She
off.
did.
did.
Did she?
She
played
did.
it. No,
I
do you
really
remember?
need to rewatch
That's
this.
why she was like, Yuki, be careful.
And that's why she had the
Stuff.
cushion.
No,
when he
Yeah.
tripped.
Yeah, no, and also when like he was going up to upstairs room, she turned around, went up to him, and was like, and then Loki was like, "This bitch is more clever than I thought."
And that's how she knows when he poisoned the salad.
Yeah. Oh, makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, but the bath bit though, she didn't realise.
Rory
No,
God.
no, she isn't because the bath scene, she completely like ignored that and they got
Exactly.
killed.
Yeah, no, but the future changes every time depending on the events that occur in that
Yeah, exactly.
universe.
She saved herself from dying that way, so she
Still, that little.
So
kid was
potentially she knows what he's going to do sometimes, and that way he can catch.
No,
she
but
can
why
catch
would
her the
she?
next time.
Why would she?
take a random
Wait,
bath.
I guess she didn't. She didn't know he was coming with the thing.
Yeah, no, but the
Yeah.
better question would be, how would she know in the first universe that he was going to poison the salad?
Good point.
Yeah.
She.
Oh, 'cause
Maybe
She felt
maybe
the weight.
the mum ate it.
Maybe the mum
Tomato.
ate it and died.
Maybe
Another
the mum.
question. How the hell does a little colouring book have that much detail in to know what the kid can do, and how can you do all that stuff, like dismantle that
That-
washing machine, or...
that's
Dan,
his
have you ever
diary,
watched
isn't
anime? Don't question it.
Wait, is
I've
it
watched it
his
now.
book is the diary, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
His
it's a
drawing
little
book.
drawing book.
Yeah.
He's also
I-
one of the characters that follow the same trend of child neglect.
Yeah.
Following
Oh, 'cause his mum.
Oh, yeah.
Yuno and the seventh.
Yuno
Full
killed
Diary.
his
His mum got shanked.
By you know.
His mum got shanked. Okay. I hated him.
That's a
Carry
running
on.
theme. Hated that little bit.
No.
I liked when he got
I
stabbed.
thought he was an
Too
interesting character.
I liked his... I
Did
liked...
he?
Yeah.
Just him.
Yeah.
I liked his technique of hiding the diary. That was clever when he used the nerve gas. But apart from that,
Yeah.
it was so
But he's
annoying.
He's like 8.
He's fine.
And he has...
I hate
He's
him.
5 and he has control over nerve gas.
Hated him.
I hated the bit where he was on the stairs. He was like, And then she
I
went
just
like,
didn't
you
get
don't know
it.
true love, and it's like, well...
I
that's
thought
it
he
right here.
invited a bit of humour into it.
But
Yeah, I liked
he
it when
even
the mum
annoyed
got
me
hit.
when it showed you the third universe and what all the diary users were doing. He annoyed me even when he was
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah, I just hated him.
I just hated it.
I
I just didn't like him.
I
at
just
all.
liked it when stabbed him.
Alright,
'cause I
should
was
we move
like,
on to the
this
sixth?
can kill 5
The
years.
sixth.
The sixth diary user is... Tootsie,
Tsubaki Kasugano.
who has the 1,000 League Eye diary.
Which one's
She
that?
was
Is that the
scroll
escaping
girl.
one? No, that's the escape...
No, that's
the escapee girl,
No,
isn't
this
it?
is a scroll. No, escape is Urium in there.
Oh, the scroll...
Or the
priest.
clairvoyance diary.
I hate her.
Oh,
No,
the
she was
scroll.
another snaky bitch. I
Oh,
hate her as
hated
well.
her. Oh.
I mean, her backstory was sad enough that she got like...
I like it how, hang on, all I'm saying is so far all we've said is negative things.
No,
And you guys are like, I love the show!
Okay.
I've been quite positive.
Hang on. Let's get this right. The
Right.
priestess girl was
Right.
pretty messed up with her backstory, how she was like used by everybody in the
Yeah.
village.
Well, no, don't you have to
It's
see he was
cool.
quite an intelligent character then? Because she used that.
Yeah.
And then
There's banter.
she used it
Yeah.
as her motive, as her anger, and then
Yeah.
used it as a way to get over. She manipulated Yuki into trusting her.
Pretty much.
And
She was quite clever.
and made him doubt,
Yeah, but she still lost in hand.
Which he should have done anyway.
She
But
still lost a hand to you.
Yeah, as soon as he should have known something was up when she knew
Yeah.
everything that was going to happen.
Yeah, it was kind of messed up.
But he's 14.
I didn't like it when
Yeah,
she
and
kissed
he's
him.
finally got a girl.
I
didn't like it when she kissed him, and then when she pulled back, there was like spit hanging between their mouths, and
That's
I
when
was
you
like,
know shit's up.
that is not needed.
Okay, Josh is complaining about art stars now.
Oh, we'll get on to that later. Okay, there's not really much to say. She was only in it for a few episodes.
But
Yeah.
her diary,
Yeah, I did not like
it predicts the future through the eyes of her followers.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It was a,
She
she wasn't a horrible character.
But that was a huge flaw.
she was a bit mean though.
She had a horrible
And it's
backstory.
also the confrontation with
The eye guy. That,
which is
'cause he
I
get-
love...
diary
who I
user.
love.
I love that guy.
But
That
we'll
guy
get
was-
on to him. Have you got no more diaries now?
Oh, I've got 7.
He was
I've got like 7
amazing.
ones.
He was amazing.
Oh, he was weird.
I loved him. I love when he's put on his suit. It's like, It's like,
Oh yeah.
He's like, which one of us? It's in Ukraine.
Okay, well, there's not really
Final
much more to say.
opinions on this one. Seems the arc for this character was kind of a bit longer and a bit more, deep.
It had 2
emotional.
diary users in it, so...
Yeah, she
Oh,
helps.
by 2, I mean 2 that aren't Yuki or Yuno.
Yeah, she helps.
Oh
her.
no, it had the it had 3 then because it had the
Do you have investigation?
No, it had
Yeah,
the, no, it had 4. It had the investigator.
Who?
Yeah.
That girl,
literally just said that.
the escapee girl.
Oh yeah, because
escape
Ilya was
girl.
captured by
Yeah.
the
Yeah, okay.
Okay, 5 then.
Okay, add quite a few then.
It had a
sorry.
lot. Well,
Sorry, guys.
well,
Moving on to the
everything.
7th and movie diary.
Yeah, carry on.
Owners plural,
Oh, the.
Oh.
This is
Oh yeah.
I like these.
which I do believe makes up Jamie's 0.5.
No, that's 0.25 of my
0.25.
Oh god.
There's 2 of them.
There's 2.
They were cool because they had the other diaries.
Yeah.
It was Marco Ixaba and I Mikami.
I think they were
Yeah.
awesome.
I like them. I liked his perm.
Uh,
He was just like, oh, I hate having my hair straight. It really messes up my
It's-
perm.
and it was kind of a bit of happiness, even though they were trying to kill those people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I gotta admit, the tower arc when they're all in the tower
That was great.
was my favourite
Yeah.
few
That-
episodes of the show.
It was
Yeah.
pretty damn cool.
The power of love will win.
And then it's just you just have like you know just being like our love is better.
Oh, God,
Even
yeah.
though she's the only one that can do anything.
I know.
Well, seeing as when they're throwing, when they're in the attic and they're throwing knives, just kind of
Yuki praise me. Yuki praise me.
fucked up their knife throwing.
That was a cool scene. That was a cool action scene.
No, I just think most episodes with the couple in was one of the more
Yeah.
They were the
better.
better parts.
Better developed.
Because going back to that little child one, I don't even know. But
Well, he only had one episode.
his episode felt like filler.
It did.
Yeah.
It was
Which was a
technically
bit
It was
filler,
like
but
it was
sort of-
comedic filler.
it was comedic
Yeah.
that was needed, but
It was
just
like
not
that
at
episode
same
in Beyond the
point.
Boundary. It just felt so weird.
I think we should talk a bit more about the backstory of the two because it's quite.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Touchy feely.
Of course.
Touchy-feely.
Quite literally.
When
Yeah.
they were
How-
younger, they were orphans.
In
Yeah.
the
Pretty
8th
cool.
diary users orphanage.
Yeah.
In the
Ah.
8th, though, uses orphanage, which we'll get
Yeah,
to.
I didn't know that.
She
Go on to that.
she was abandoned by her parents in the tower
Yeah.
And he came up to her and invited her to the orphanage. And from that point, she followed him around, and he hated it.
Yeah.
He did every second.
Until they became a bit closer and started acting in a couple way, and then
the event.
then other people disliked this relationship they were having.
Rapey, fun time.
So
Name of the episode.
she was told to meet him by a letter at an old
Was it warehouse?
Old
warehouse.
Or was it like a docking
Abandoned.
shipyard or something?
Something like that.
Something like that. It's just
Then,
one of those.
there she was sexually
About
assaulted.
to, yeah.
No, she was.
I'm gonna put this
actually.
bluntly. She was raped.
was.
I
Yeah.
hate
When her lover comes to rescue her, he stabs a hoe, and
I love that.
I think Stabs a Hoe is going to have to be the name. Right?
Yeah,
it is.
I just...
stabbing a whole part in it.
The whole show should just be Mirai Nikki Stabs a Hoe.
so he stabs a hoe, saving her from awful rape.
which has already occurred, by the way.
As opposed to fun rape.
9 out of 10 people enjoy gang rape.
Shouldn't it be one?
You can't say
It
that.
should be 4 out of 5. So only...
Anyway, carry
No,
on.
it's alright.
But I thought that gave them, unlike the Yuki and Yuno thing, the relationship that we'd seen, like that actually made sense.
It
for
gave
why they
them
were
strength.
together.
It gave them a reason
Well, you know,
to be
the
together.
Yuki and Yuno relationship, one of them's an obsessed stalker that wants to kill everything. The other's,
Yeah.
the other's this one person.
The other one's
other's-
just like, you know, save me, please!
But whereas in this...
And then, he's like, save me! And then 5 seconds later in his mind he's like, she's such a bitch!
Whereas with this Seventh Diary user couple, they've got the history of being together.
And they actually,
Yeah.
they
They
actually
don't care.
fight.
And they look for each other. Their diaries reflect one another.
Yeah, and they're synchronised.
They're so synchronised that they're literally one diary user. They count as one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so good that they're pretty much invincible until Yuki and Yuno find a way to beat
And-
their
and
asses.
Blow up a tower.
Yeah, that's the only way.
In that tower episode, the pain they feel when they read about each other.
Oh, and they get married. Oh.
And the only bad part about those episodes there is when
When
Well,
Yuno
you-
kills
when
them.
you survive.
when Yuki's dad stabs a bit.
I didn't get. He was just like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
he's-
where have you been, darling?" And he's just like, "Oh, get shanked."
He's like, stab a hoe.
Yeah.
Change the word bitch to hoe. please.
No, no,
Stab a hoe.
Jamie, I must correct you. The worst thing about that episode is when Yuno and Yuki survived.
Yes.
Oh.
Honestly, 7 should have won it.
Yeah, they should have.
You know what they would have done? They would have made like a whole world based around them, and it would have
Yeah.
been so.
I hate. I
Well,
hate.
that would have given you someone to love, Jamie.
It's like, if that was the ending of like in Attack on Titan when Eren gets eaten.
Yep.
If sort of like that happened with the main characters, they died, and then these guys became the new characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really care.
I'd love the show so much more.
Oh my
It'd
god.
be so much better.
It would. Yeah.
It would be the
Moving on.
I've got it.
Carry on.
You can have the proper details, but alright. Moving on to
The 8th diary user,
Kamado.
Kamado.
Who is?
Ushita.
You know what I wrote down for her diary?
What?
The I don't even know or care.
Is she the
diary.
terrorist one?
No,
No, she's the
not.
orphanage.
Well,
She-
oh yeah, the orphanage.
The mother
She
diary.
has
Mother diary,
the
that's it.
Mother
diary.
The mother-
No, it's the blog diary.
Really, in the series it's called the mother
Completely
because
wrong.
In the show, it's called the mother
yeah,
diary.
because she can spread it to her children.
How long ago did you watch the show?
I
Last
watched-
night.
I recapped it
Yeah.
not too long ago.
Okay.
Oh well.
Well, there's a wiki about it.
And I
Well,
was
hang on.
consulted as
One
well.
thing. What happened with her character design?
I don't even
What?
know.
She's like,
It's-
is she dwarf? She's fat? Was she
She got the Mario
She's
treatment.
bigger than most characters.
Ate a mushroom.
She looks
I
like
don't
she
know.
looks like she came from Kirby.
Well, she looks like it's Mario has had a baby with a Teletubby.
Yes! Yes!
No more needs to be said. Go on,
Yeah.
move. Go, next character.
Next one.
Ninth diary
It's
user.
Ninth. Yeah.
Uru Minane.
There we go.
Ninth
And her
is
diary is the escape
terrorist.
diary.
No,
It's not the
escapist.
terrorist one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with the
Yay.
C4 all the time.
I thought.
What was her dress at the
She's so
start?
cool.
I don't know. She
Awesome.
looked like a really
Yeah.
insane Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
And then she just became awesome.
My favourite way is she
Then
just
she
like
lost the
set
night.
up a whole school like C4 and was like, bring
No.
me a teenage
Oh,
boy.
No. I
Yeah.
loved it. I loved after she used all the explosions. She had like rockets in her dress, like just fired at
Actually,
everybody.
that was
insane.
my favourite moment when she was burning up the school and Yuno was just running through the bombs.
Yeah,
that was
that
awesome.
was- that was-
Apart from when she was like, "You will not kill Yuki. Everyone who kills Yuki will die."
Running through the night.
And Yuki's just sitting there going, oh shit.
And then
Kill me now!
she leaps out of a second-story window and then just gets
It's
kicked
fine.
in the face.
Yeah, but that shows
Dedication.
Yuno's obsession.
I love that though. I love that part.
Yuki.
But then Uryu just kicks her in the face as soon as she lands. That was pretty cool. I just thought her character was really clever. Like she had ways of like just getting.
Did I
out of
say the
everything.
diary she had? She has the escape diary.
Escape
Yeah.
diary.
Yeah.
And then she turns into the god, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
She gets
when
got
she
powers.
comes back in, like, what's her name?
Beats the crap out of Murmur.
It's just like, how are you still alive?
Because the second murmur gave her abilities.
Yeah.
Ability.
Ability.
No, wasn't it?
No, it was
uh,
Deus
It
Ex.
was Deus
Deus
Ex.
Ex.
Oh,
Deus
yeah,
Ex.
yeah.
Because he knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And
Well, no, he had suspicions. He had
Yeah.
suspicions over the murmur, which was actually the first murmur, because the first murmur...
Yeah.
It gets really confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it
gets
does.
really
It
on-
gets
it gets
really
really
bad.
Although,
Multiple characters.
we'll talk about the ending later.
Yeah, go.
Do we have anything else? I thought
I don't know. I
The
think,
way she
I
did-
think she was a good.
She was
the way she
Great.
developed with that detective guy was also good.
I like,
Yeah.
yeah, because that was actually, and I like the fact that you thought they were going to end up together, and then she just turns around and just shoots him.
She came fifth, apparently.
Blame that out later.
She came fifth in the survival games, apparently.
Yeah, because she did. She
Oh yeah,
apparently
because she
died,
died
in
and
the
came
door.
back to life or whatever.
Yeah.
The 8th diary user came third.
Oh.
Who's the eight?
Oh, the orphanage.
And
I like how we just talked about it and I'm sitting there going, who's the eight? See, that shows how forgettable most diary
She
users
is
are.
pretty crap though, the little fat girl.
it's not a girl.
I can see her on the roof.
She's just so like, hello.
Hello. She's like, this was the quickest way to
Actually,
escape.
she's like Jigglypuff.
Anyway,
Yeah,
any
anyway.
final thoughts on 9?
She's great.
She's got an awesome eye patch.
One of my favourite characters.
Because a bitch stabbed her.
When she becomes
She was the
God.
hoe that got
No,
stabbed.
Oh.
the dude stabbed her with the dart.
Yeah.
You
threw a
Yuki,
dart
oh yeah,
into her eye.
Yuki got her in the eye.
Exactly,
Yeah.
the bitch stabbed her.
The bitch
Oh
stabbed
yeah,
her.
good
Oh.
point. He is a bit of a bitch.
She got stabbed by a hoe.
She's an interesting character because she changes her side throughout it. One second she's trying to kill them, next second she
Yeah.
decides that they're
But
then
it
she's trying to
feels,
kill them.
but because she's like a mercenary assassin, it feels natural.
Yeah, it does.
Other
That's
than
okay.
other than like Yuki suddenly turning into a sudden badass,
No, yeah.
it makes sense that she flips sides.
I love that though. She was one of the best characters of
She had
the
an
show.
explosive personality.
Anyway, should we move on to 10th?
Yeah, 10.
Haruyudu Tishikuma.
Right, should I read? He's the dog guy.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And literally my only thought about this guy is nope, don't care.
Killed by the horse.
Oh, yeah.
He had the
character.
hang on quickly. He had the rearing diary. Is what.
Oh, he could train things.
No, he controlled dogs.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dogs.
And he gave it to his daughter.
Another very forgettable character because he pawned his diary off to his
Yeah.
daughter's daughter.
And she became one of the most crafty
Although
supporting characters. But that led to Akizekun!
Yeah.
One of the best characters.
Oh, okay.
Right, we're done here. He seemed quite like...
yeah,
That's
that's not. Can I please say this guy's name? So the 11th diary user is John.
Can I say his second name as well?
The most Japanese name in history.
John Bakishu.
Bakashu.
So,
He is the mayor, I do believe.
the creation diary
The
was
problem
there.
is, and this is a running theme in this show,
I hated
he's
him.
a good villain, but he's not very memorable.
No,
Yeah.
There's only one memorable
he's
character
the main
in the
villain.
show. He is, yeah.
Because he's the one that gave the diaries to everyone with the god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
He
reason for
designed
the games.
each diary according to each person.
And he had everything on everyone, and then
And then
he
he lost.
died.
Retard.
Well, no, he
Period.
had everything, but his plans were flawed by the fact that he hid in the vault that Yuki...
That you know
Yeah,
was able to
he-
get
You
into.
know.
Which one?
Yeah, you know.
And then he
you
got
know
stabbed by a
Sarah's
hoe. Yeah. Oh, that was cool.
Then she stabbed her.
Stabbed her.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
got stabbed
But
by
his
a hoe.
plan was he had the Watcher diary, where he... Give me a second.
He could look at all the others'
Yeah.
diaries,
Yeah.
couldn't he?
Yeah,
Wow.
He could look at all the other... So he had the ability of everyone.
And he
And
still
he
lost.
died. He died.
He literally could tell what
He's
everybody was
old.
going
He
to
was
do.
too old.
Oh yeah, he just sat there and got stabbed.
What his plan was...
You could say he got stabbed by a hoe.
Well, he was a hoe, so...
He was a hoe as
Hoe
well.
stabbed hoe.
Hoe stabbed. Yeah, hoe wars.
Hoe on hoe.
Go on, how action.
That sounds like a porn.
That sounds like a really shit game.
Oh.
Hoe on hoe action. Oh.
Prequel.
Moving on, his plan was to kidnap or work with the 8th diary holder.
Yeah.
As she could set up servers.
I was about to ask who that was again.
Oh my god.
The Kirby.
lady.
The Kirby.
woman.
Sorry, carry on.
So he could give everyone in the city a future diary.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that would make
Why
it
didn't he
pointless.
just design his own diary like that?
Yeah, he had. That was his diary.
You could have had the multiplication diary, would have made more sense. You wanted to make everyone a diary.
Yeah, he
Anyway.
could've just well.
He was boring.
Yeah, he sucked.
He showed up.
Forgettable.
He was in like less than
2 episodes.
Yeah, he was in it less than like
Yeah.
something
Moving on
like
to Jamie's other 0.25.
He said his
So,
name.
from District 12.
Yomotsu Hirasuka.
Was he the eye guy?
He's the Justice Diary.
Oh,
I love that guy. He should have won.
Have you heard him in sub? He's like, I only
He was absolutely... literally, my only note on him is he's the best part of this anime. and I
He
love
was-
him.
He was so good.
He was
blind.
so weird. He was
Was
the one
he?
that took Irio's eye out, wasn't he?
Oh, he's
Yeah.
the music guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Mirai.
That's how he was defeated.
His diary
Rock.
came in
Yeah.
the form of a tape recorder.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because he couldn't read.
I loved
Yeah.
him. He was so
Shaking
good.
me, blind.
No, he was the best character when he was blind.
He could hypnotise people as
Yeah.
well, somehow.
He was a hypnotist.
Yeah,
good
there you
hearing. He was basically Daredevil. In other words, he was Daredevil.
No,
But a
he wasn't.
hypnotist.
He was.
No, because he had a whole group of Power Rangers.
He's pretty much Darren Brown mixed with
I love that one.
Daredevil.
The sequel blew up and all the colours in the background just popped
But do you
out.
want to know which position he finished? Jamie,
Where?
your favourite character?
He came last.
He came
second
second.
last.
He came
He
in
didn't
second.
come last,
He came
because...
second last.
Yeah.
The last
guy,
was
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me, he was
He's
awful.
another
The eye guy was the
No, I
best
think he was good. I
Ah.
think he was just a bit too ambitious.
He had a
Too
terrible
soon.
idea.
No, I
yeah.
didn't mean awful as an awful character. He was just...
I loved his death.
He
His
was
death
just-
was great.
He's-
Yeah.
He was
Funny.
defeated in a very good way.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like in a clever way.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like get stabbed
Yeah.
by a hoe.
But that was
It was
in-
get axed. It was get axed.
No, he
by
blew
a-
himself up.
No, he got axed by Uno.
Yeah, and they blew up with the incendiary grenade he ingested.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, he did. I forgot about that.
So his diary made him, as it sounds, it predicted crimes as well, much like the criminal investigator.
But he was a vigilante, wasn't
He
he?
was a vigilante. That's why he's dressed like a noob.
Which, my favourite part of the, like, after in the World 3 is that he finds the murderer and, like, brings him to justice. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's
Yeah.
great.
He's just like, why did I have to get a vigilante? He's like, justice! He's my favourite.
I didn't like it when he pulled Irio's eye out. That was gross. I had to look away
Yeah.
at that.
Made a
part.
Septiceye tank, I like that bit.
I mean, they showed you the part where it came out of the eye socket, and I was
Yeah.
just like,
No. Favourite bit was when he was dressed, was when he was putting his suit on and he started like, he was putting the robe around and started trading
and he was like, activator! He was great. Because in the sub, he was saying that stuff in English. So he was like, belt activator! And then he was like, head activator!
Yeah, it's like, it was like, activate.
He was great. He was just such a good character.
He had some comic relief to the episode, I think. in
Yeah,
general.
even though he was keeping Irio naked in a cage.
No, she had pants on.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
half
but she-
naked.
yeah.
It was fine, we didn't see anything.
Oh, we did.
Oh, wow.
We did.
Did you?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
had her boobs out, yeah.
I didn't notice that bit.
Well, what? I
You-
just stopped
you
paying
didn't
attention.
notice
When
that.
the
No,
eye guy
You
had-
watched DxD, how did you not notice that?
Because my eyes adjust to certain surroundings. I know when it's going to happen, but this was sudden. My eyes weren't ready for this.
Yeah, because in the
That
bit where Irio's been captured by him and she's in the back, she's got no top on, and the eye guy's just like, belt activator. And
How do you take her clothes off if she's blind then?
because he can hear, I guess.
Yeah.
Dan,
He was able to take her eye out.
Do not question a very seductive blind person.
I mean,
Yeah, screw it. I'm
he,
gonna
I mean,
question
he
him.
did take her eye
Because
out.
he stabs a hoe in a very special way.
Wait, are we still on the 12th diary user?
Yep.
Yeah, we are. That's it.
How did we get to Yuki and Yuno having sex from that?
We didn't.
No, we're not.
I think when she
We're
tried
not.
killing that
Oh, I missed that entirely.
Wait, when did Yuki and Yuno have
Where
sex?
did you? Yeah.
Have you
are
not seen
not?
it?
Oh my god! In Japanese, it's the worst version.
I didn't get to the
because
end.
Oh.
They
Didn't
become
finish
more.
the show.
I got one episode away.
So Dan missed at least 4 episodes.
It's alright.
You forget how long we had to
he
watch.
did. He had one day to watch
I
it.
did tank a lot
and
of it.
he
She
was-
tries to kill him after they've done it.
So when we're talking about the second universe, you have no idea what
No,
we're talking
I did do
about.
it
So,
before I
like-
came here.
Okay.
So like the sex scene in Japanese, because I watched the sub.
Why have we moved?
In the sub,
That's the
in-
hentai section.
in the dubbed part, does she say, "Yuki, you're just like a baby," because he starts
Yeah, I
sucking
think-
on a
What?
certain something?
No, probably.
Or
I
did
don't
they-
know.
I think he does that in the dub as well.
Really? Because you see Yuki go down on that area, and then she's like, and you hear like, And then she's like, oh, Yuki, you're just like a baby. And I was like...
No, she does. She definitely says that, yeah.
Oh, great!
Oh.
I did not.
I did not even know that.
Because I thought they'd turn it down
I
for
completely
their dub.
forgot.
I don't want to know about that bit. I've
Okay,
seen enough
anyway.
of that.
Moving on to supporting...
First up, we have got Deus Ex Machina.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh yeah.
He's
What is it?
awesome.
God...
He was...
God...
Because I wanted...
God's sake is God of...
Because I wanted Akize.
We'll get on to him.
I think he voiced Dr. Eggman in Sonic X. I swear he did at one point.
If there wasn't him, there would be no Akase.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, there were.
He
yeah,
is
thank
of
you.
the age of 10,000 plus.
Yes. 'cause he's
Does that
God.
mean that the new Yuki, who's like God of the World, will only get to be 1,000 plus?
Yeah.
I swear he's already like 1,000.
His occupation is the god of time and space.
Says the wiki.
Somebody should write that on their CV.
Not even.
No, because he's dead, isn't he?
Current.
X God of Time and Space then.
Yeah.
His base of operations is the Cathedral of Time and Space.
In an egg.
With murder.
Hey baby, you want to come back to my Cathedral of Time and Space?
What Ho would say
I'll
no
stab
to
a
that.
hoe.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
what can we say about this? X?
I thought
He was
a good
just a massive plot device.
Yeah,
I
he
love his
was.
character.
Well, yeah, no, because the whole thing revolved around...
Yeah, but
Literally, when they were doing meetings, it revolved around him.
I thought he was okay. I did not like the CGI effects.
he wasn't.
He wasn't animated
He wasn't
very well.
interesting.
No.
We didn't do much. He
He's
just
like-
down half an egg.
Even in the subs, his voice was monotone. It wasn't even like impressive.
Also, I thought it would be used more. It
Yeah.
wasn't used very much.
Like literally, he doesn't do anything in the final fight
Yeah.
except for give Ninth powers.
I know
What-
he
what-
could have changed something.
He does die in the final.
Oh yeah, he does.
Oh, good point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He is
by then.
dead at
Yeah.
that
He is
point.
dead.
Oh yeah, because Yuno
And
takes
time
over.
and space is falling apart, but we'll
No, because
forget
Yuno
about
doesn't
that,
take over
shall
because
we?
Yuki's not dead.
Maybe she takes over from.
No,
the
no,
world,
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no,
No, she goes back to the old.
The first
world.
murmur
Oh, yes, she
gives her powers back.
Mhm.
Yeah, she does. That's it, because she took him away.
And then she traps Yuki in an orb of
Yeah, the
where
orb,
he
yeah.
just constantly
Yeah.
lives a perfect life
And
without
he
her.
can't
Yeah.
say her
I know.
name.
All I'm saying is she said it's like his deepest desires. The first thing that happens when he hears that is one of his classmates going, "Take me, Yuki."
Yeah.
She's like, "She'd never sound like that." I know, because I watched these 3 episodes today. No,
Yeah.
actually, to be fair,
But
they're
have you
really
seen
good.
that character? What she wears?
Mm,
She's a bit slutty.
good point.
Not gonna lie.
She a
Yeah.
hoe.
She'd be a hoe, but
She should have been
get
stabbed.
I'm pretty sure she was stabbed at one point, probably.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't we get on to the end now?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Anyway, he's just a massive plot device. Murmur?
Murmur is another
Ah.
device.
Murmur
I
is
like the fight.
the most annoying
Her
person.
fight was
She's got
the
a
best
little-
fight in the show, to be honest.
Yeah, she's the
What
little
with
girl thing.
Nine.
She,
With
all
his
she got
knives.
was the end of each
Yeah.
episode where she gave the diary
No,
and
but she
talking
was
diary.
so...
You say that, but
When
then
she was-
during the end she was the massive...
Yeah.
You know, the end that you haven't seen.
She was so when she was
I
like,
read up on it.
she had her hand on her forehead like, oh yes, and this is what's going to happen, and I was like,
I hated
shut
it.
up,
She went
Mama.
Professor X on herself, basically.
Yeah, I hated her. Did not like her at all.
Her occupation is assistant to the god of space and time.
Her little bits at the end of each episode was pretty cool.
It
Yeah.
was.
Really?
Yeah, she was
I
pretty
watched
cool.
one or two and I just didn't like him because I just don't like her.
Yeah, she was.
Her voice actor also really
Oh,
Yeah.
I hate her
It's
voice
annoying.
actor.
She's got one of those like,
trying to be Moe but
Mhm.
failing,
Yeah.
just being annoying.
Amy
it's like if you took the whole cast of K-On and put them in a blender.
She is the
A
one...
blender with a bit of poison.
Yeah.
She is part...
New episode title, blender with a bit of poison. K-On blender poison. Sorry,
She's
carry
part
on.
of the Future Diary paradox,
Oh, for God's sake.
of which they go back in time and someone else wins.
Oh, okay.
Spoiler.
Wait, no, that's a whole manga series where Akuse is the main character.
What?
What?
I have to
Oh,
get
hell
into
no.
I read
this.
about this morning, yeah.
Oh.
Do you want me to try and find... I'll try and find it after we're done.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, maybe...
But I thought you didn't read manga, John.
No, I will now,
Yeah.
because it's got Akiza as the main character.
I don't know why he just doesn't watch the gay ones.
Yeah, why don't you watch the yaoi?
Because they're all hentai.
No,
What's wrong with that?
Look, there's one here. I'm literally
Got a
going
bit
to
of PhD.
What's wrong with it is Boku no Pico.
Alright, you make a good point.
Yeah.
And the Southern one.
Final thoughts on Murmur.
Absolute
Awful.
hatred.
Dan?
She had her moments at the end of each episode, but she really, really wasn't developed or wasn't needed much.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Needed much, did kill... Well,
kind of-
tried
To be
kill
fair,
Yeah.
with... what's his stupid name? You know. With her plan, Murmur was like essential.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I still hated her. Louis?
she was so annoying.
Good.
I actually enjoyed her as a character. No.
Casted K-On in a blender with poison. Next character. Now we'll skip over him. Nobody likes him. Nobody likes Akase.
No!
Who even is he?
He's amazing.
I've literally got written down here. He's pretty cool. I like him. No homo.
That is literally just because he's a detective role character.
And homo.
Yeah. It's because I love detectives. Like
He was just the greatest. He beat a diary owner.
Yeah.
Without a diary.
Yeah, but have you seen most of these diary
Have you met any?
I mean, it was 4, so the 4.
They are pretty inept.
Yeah, because it was
Who
the
is
dog.
4?
The dog owner.
The dog.
That's
Dog
No,
owner.
that was 10.
That's 10.
4 was the detective.
Crap, yeah.
4 was
I see, I can't remember it.
No, not the dog, he beat her daughter, and her daughter was
I meant-
stupid.
I meant she was 10.
Her daughter was fun. Her daughter was little.
Anyway.
She was 10.
And Akase.
Well, what can we say?
What can we say?
The best character in the show.
What can we say? He's pretty gay. His name was Akase.
Oh.
The rhyming skill.
Like I didn't just give you that one.
Shit's a
He should
Brit.
have been the main character instead of Yuki.
He should
Yeah.
have. He was so
That
much
would have
better.
made the show.
Him
So much
against.
better.
It would have been him against all of the diary owners, or just trying to figure out what would have happened. That would have been so much better,
Do you
even
want
as
me
a
to check?
spin-off.
That's probably what the manga series is about.
That would have been better as a spin-off. I mean, I hate the fact that he wasn't a real person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I don't. It made him...
he was. I didn't like the
Yeah.
fact that his love for Yuki was
Was fake.
programmed.
Ignored.
Yeah, it wasn't like from him. It was programmed
Yeah.
to be, and I didn't like that. But
Yeah,
then he
I
fought for it. And
Yeah, I guess, but then if it wasn't programmed, he wouldn't be a character.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so final thoughts on Akase, Dan.
He was a great supporting character and he was pretty good. He should have deserved his own diary in the end though. He should have given his own diary.
He was brilliant. He had the best moments. He was just an excellent character. Overall, just excellent.
He is better than Yuki.
Yes.
He doesn't slap at home.
He almost.
Lauren just took what I was about to say. He got stabbed by her.
Oh, he got decapitated by her.
He got decapitated.
Actually, that was my least favourite part of the show.
Yeah.
Because I wanted Yuki and him to hook up.
Yuki by that point was way too in love with Yuno.
And
Oh,
Josh's
yeah.
fan service section.
Welcome to Josh's
No,
fan
she's
service
really-
corner.
There's been a fan fiction thrown in for fun.
I would say he was more manipulated into thinking he was in love.
Yeah, but I still.
No, but-
He fought for it though,
Yeah.
and he came out.
Yeah, but
on
that's
top.
what she's making. That's what she wants him to think.
Well, God.
She
God
wants
made
him to reciprocate the feelings that she has for him, and in doing so, she's protecting him. She's doing everything for him.
No, but the problem is that you can tell he's in love because of what he does for the version he hasn't even met.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Because he puts his life on the line for not just protecting her, but for protecting a version of her he's never even spoken to.
Yeah.
And for a good few years, he does kind of like.
Yeah. He's like, oh my god.
I shall not make a new world.
Anyway,
Is that his voice?
so
Aaron.
moving on to one of our last topics, the music of the show.
I love that.
I like the battle theme and I like the opening theme.
The
The
opening was
opening
beautiful.
was so cool.
Yeah, it was.
First opening was cool, second opening was
Oh, that sucked ass.
I like the choir bit of it. It was pretty good.
Although that is pretty much how all anime openings
Yeah.
go, especially for 24/25
Except for
episodes.
Sword Art.
Soul Eater had great openings
Yeah.
overall.
Okay, yeah, I have not recently listened to any of the original soundtrack, so
I like the
I've
battle
only
theme.
heard the I've only heard the
UkTaku,
openings.
all of them were awesome.
Yeah.
I don't like the second opening. That was
That was
damn
weird.
awful.
Yeah, it was.
They kind of
Anyway,
shouted.
Anyway, Future
Art
Diaries.
style.
Next, animation.
I like the fighting in most part, especially the end fight.
Yeah.
It wasn't consistent.
No.
The character that was quite good though.
Yeah, I like the character art.
I feel like they saved all their budget for like the last few episodes.
Yeah, they did. I'm sure they did.
Half
yeah.
was spent on the intro, the last was
Although,
spent on the
all the bits where they tried to make creepy, beautiful.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Her face and everything.
Except for when they had like her in her like underwear, sort of chaining him up. That bit, I don't know why, but the
Yeah.
animation looked really dodgy in the
It
middle.
was.
It did look
It got
creepy.
super dodgy.
I think the storyline was more dodgy than the animation, to be fair.
No, but
when
I
she
feel like
sedated him.
they spread the budget, like at the beginning they put all their budget into the beginning and all
To make it look good.
into the end, but then in the middle they sort of lacked.
Like filler.
Yeah.
It was like it was filler. Yeah.
And it just didn't look as good.
And then they went out with a bang.
Well, but it follows the story. Like in the beginning, you're interested. In the middle, it kind of lacks, and you're just getting rid of all of the all of the other diaries.
But that doesn't mean.
And in the end,
It's just like, wow.
the big reveal finally starts to kick back in again.
Yeah, but
The ending were the best episodes.
just because the story lacks doesn't mean the show should look bad. Because
No.
even if the story's bad, you still need to have something nice to look at.
I'm not saying they justified it in any way. I'm just saying that's how it goes.
Yeah, good point.
That's the way the cookie crumbled.
My final topic for today's episode is the ending.
Yes, I thought that was...
Like the universe bit where
Where you,
Yeah.
like fights accents.
where Yuki, where Yuki is on his own with only his
Oh.
Wait, there's another.
No, the very end.
There's another episode after that.
No, that's the
Yeah,
OVA.
yeah,
We're not
that's
counting the
the
OVA. We're not
OVA.
counting the
Oh.
manga ending. We're not
Okay,
counting any of that
yes.
because
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
watched it. Neither has Dan. Neither has
I've
Dan.
read up on it, but I haven't really understood it.
Well, we'll explain that in a second.
Okay, that's like the actual ending though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm talking about just the 26 episode show.
Okay, 26.
Like, for people who want to get the most...
You have no life and watch the OVA
Yeah.
manga.
yeah.
We'll talk about the manga ending in a second, but I really like the ending because I feel like by the end, Yuki really didn't deserve anything else.
Because he done fucked up.
Yeah, he should have gone after.
He didn't go for Apse.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have gone for Akize.
Yeah.
The end. And that would have been the best
Then
ending.
you know would still be alive.
Yeah.
But does come
Should be
back
pissed.
when he creates his new universe
True.
and he gets to watch her and
She's just with her family now.
Here's one
Yeah.
thing though. They all gave them wrong phones to have. If you were going to have a phone to survive it, you'd have a Nokia brick instead of a flip-up phone.
Yeah.
That's not going to live through all the things they do.
yeah, but they didn't really anticipate it, did they?
You won't get an iPhone. We just know if you drop that, he's dead.
Oh well.
That was the
No,
picture
no.
I sent. Right.
No, because it doesn't say if your screen smashes. You
No, it's just the phone
Yeah,
breaks.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, the phone cracked. When you drop an iPhone,
Oh, yeah.
the screen disintegrates, the phone cracked.
It's if it like snaps or... No wait, because he throws a dart through the phone.
Yeah, no, it breaks
And
it.
Right.
Until it's
yeah.
unoperable.
No, but that
Oh,
literally
true.
breaks it.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, true. Because you can't exactly operate a phone after you've
Cracking
had
a
a dart
screen,
thrown through it.
I think that was my problem with the Sense Diary users. They tried to kill them by breaking their phones. Why don't you just
Instead
stab a
of
hole?
stabbing
Yeah,
the
'cause-
home, yeah.
The police guy went up by snapping his own phone hub. Like, well, that's just game for you then.
I know, yeah. Can't he... I mean, that was a good method of suicide
We
because
got
I don't
so
think he'll
sidetracked.
hang.
We got so sidetracked from the end.
Well, I'm sorry, but it just needs to be said.
Anyway, the ending.
Anyway, that's about all the time we have for today. And next week, Louis, it was your choice for anime, and what are we watching?
We are doing another.
Who?
Oh.
Of what?
Another of what?
Another.
Are we watching the OVA for next week?
Oh.
Yay! You haven't seen the ending, shut up. Have you, so we're watching the
Oh,
show...
you mean we're just watching another?
Yeah.
Okay.
You mean we're watching another show?
Oh.
But a bit-
No,
Show.
Jamie, he means the show another.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought you got that.
Funny.
I did know. Do
Might-
you know?
Yeah, I
Oh! He's the character from Future Diary Josh, you get it?
know. No, I was just saying that.
Fanta, Future Diary Banter. Now,
Jesus.
and this has been... Say your name.
Dan.
This has been...
Dan.
Josh.
Louis.
The sexiest girl. Wow.
Ah!
Yeah, Lauren, that was me. Now, who are you? That was Lauren.
You just said his name.
That was Lauren.
The sexiest
I've
girl
been-
alive.
I've been Jamie, and we're the UkTaku. Sign us out, Lauren. With the thing you were going to say.
Hold for a second.
Don't forget to
Don't
stab.
forget to stab a hole on your way out.
Okay, we'll see you guys next week, where we'll be watching another show.
And that's the way the cookie crumbled.